What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Premier Passion. Before we get cracking with today's episode, just want to say a massive thank you once again for all the support on the channel, on this series. It's been great. As I record this, we're not far off 1,100 followers on Twitter as well, so thank you so much for everybody. You've all been absolutely amazing. Thank you for continuing to like the videos. Thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers. It means a massive amount to me, so thanks very much. We've kind of plateaued out a little bit now with this save. It's kind of, we had that little burst at the beginning of the season where we really kicked on and really pushed up to the top of the league, and we're now kind of maintaining ourselves in that top 5 spot at the moment. Fallen a little bit behind Merthyr and Cambridge City, but we're kind of there or thereabouts. So hopefully, I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this, but maybe, you know, we'll be able to kick on the second half of the season and push them. But here is how we've got on in the games since last you were with me. So, following on from the disappointing Bedworth defeat in the last episode, we beat Kettering by 1-0 in their backyard. Rico Hackett Fairchild with the goal in that, and Darrell Clare missed a penalty late on, but a fully deserved 3 points for the boys. That was followed up by a 0-0 draw at home to Leamington. We huffed and we puffed, but we couldn't play the house down, even after they went down to 10 men. In all fairness, that was 4 minutes into injury time. We did have a free kick on the edge of the area, but we weren't allowed the time for anything to come from it. The free kick was hit the wall, referee blew the whistle. We then hosted Histon in what I was expecting to be a much more difficult game, but we managed to beat them by 3-1. Hicks and Hickey with the goals. A Hickey fest there. Anthony Hickey was actually making his debut after signing on a free transfer. Fully deserved win and a decent performance all round. Then we travelled to Biggleswade Town and drew 2 apiece. A goal from Clare and Hicks put us 2-0 up. But again, for the second time this season, we threw away a 2-0 lead and ended up drawing 2-2. They got 2 goals in 3 minutes. Yam Yam bringing down a player in the penalty area on 73 and Allinson equalising. After that, the game sort of fizzled out and I was absolutely furious that we'd done it again. Then we went to Slough and lost by 1-0. Hugo Skeppelhorn. What a name! Hugo Skeppelhorn's the name. Scoring goals against Hinckley Albion is my game. Kings Lynn came to town and we drew 0-0 with them. Jake Spate, who seems to have been around for a millennium, got injured in that match for them, but it was just bookings galore. We committed 20 fouls in that game. A bit worrying, that. We then travelled to Chippenham and got back to our winning ways with a goal from Mitch Williams and 2 first goals for the club for a man who I love, a Crew legend, Dealey Adibola. He's 40 on game now. He's joined us on a free transfer. He scored on the 41st and the 90th minute. Matt Stenson went off with an injury, but luckily we've been lucky injury-wise this season that a lot of the injuries our players have picked up have been for a few days, so again that one was only a short-term injury. We then travelled to Stratford and former Hinckley United striker Matt West, who started a little bit of a revolt against the board while he was there due to unpaid wages. A little bit of a backstory there for you. Seems to be a lot of those with Hinckley at the moment on this save. He got their 2 goals and Stenson and Adibola with the goals for us. Disappointing, we deserved more from the match. But we were lucky to get away with a point at the end after they went from being 1-0 down to 2-1 up in an 11-minute spell. Adibola nicking a point for us quite late on in the game. We did have a chance to win it if I remember rightly. I think Hicks hit the post late on. I could be wrong, but that seems to ring a bell. Then Dorchester came to town and we beat them by 2-1 thanks to Jake Holt and Darrell Clare. Charlie Davis with the goal for them on 7 minutes. We equalised pretty quick and then Clare wrapped it up for us late on. As you can see from the stats, we absolutely rammed them for pretty much the whole game, so we should have perhaps got more than what we did, but still you can't be sniffy at a 2-1 win. We then played Bideford at home, drew 0-0 in what was probably one of the dullest games I've ever managed in Football Manager. There was apparently 10 shots and 4 on target for us, 8 and 4 on target for them, but I swear to God there was no highlights. If there was, it must have been while I dozed off waiting for something to happen. So that's where we've been up to so far. It's going really, really well. A lot better than I expected it to. You saw me in the first, I think it was the introduction episode, where I said I thought we'd probably have a bit of a struggle this season. We're currently third in the league. We're currently trotting along very nicely. Big player turnaround at the moment. A lot of players coming in. Quite a few players just sort of trotting out. Media prediction, as you can see at the bottom here, was for us to finish bottom of the league. So to them, that's what I say. But we're going really well. Like I keep just saying, we're going well. Like I say, Dele Adebola's come in. I love this guy. He's such a wonderful man. He's such a great guy, and was an amazing player when he broke into the Crew team. Moved to Birmingham for $1 million, and then just sort of jobbed around a bit after that. Had a few purple patches throughout his career. Will never replicate the form he had for us the year we got promoted to Division 1 as it was then, and his second season at Birmingham. Never really hit those heights again. He had a good season with Coventry, an okay season with Bristol City, but never really hit the heights he could have done. I think a lot of people thought he was lazy. It was just his style of play. But he's coming here, he's 40 years of age now, as I said. We've had to pay him £70 a week. We've actually had to pay somebody a wage. But he's a good player. He's a fantastic guy to have around. He's as slow as hell now. But his work rate's good. His determination is superb. His finishing has dropped a lot, but he's just a fantastic player to have at the club. Really pleased with him. These guys who are on loan are going back when the transfer window reopens, because it's driving me mad. They're not good enough. I thought when I brought them in they'd be able to add something, but they've just not really been able to cut it in our first team. Finance wise, we're at 10. Like I say, we seem to fluctuate around 8 and 13. We're currently at 10. The wages we're paying to Adebola has kind of had an effect on it. We've also paying Palmer wages as well, and I think Carby's on a few quid a week as well. It's a couple of players in there on wages that are kind of having a bit of an effect on it. I've decided to play Weymouth in today's episode. Now, we played them on the opening day of the season. I thought it would be interesting to see the comparison. Now, I know we're at home instead of away, but it would be interesting to see how we fare against them this time compared to last time. It's going to be an interesting one to look at. Something else I've noticed as well that just dawned upon me while I was getting ready to record. For some reason, I don't know if it's because we've taken Leicester Road from a league really low down and put them into this one, but a lot of the other teams, or nearly all the other teams in the league, I've not looked through them all, but everyone I've looked at, are in the FA Cup or the FA Trophy. We're in neither. Now, this worries me because I'm hoping that it doesn't carry on that way. I'm hoping that it's just the first season sort of a blip, and then, say, if we got promoted or in the next season in the Southern Premier, we'll be placed into the FA Cup or FA Trophy or whatever trophies that are going. But it's a bit worrying, because imagine that going all the way through to the Premier League and never playing in a cup game. That would be fucking wrong, and it would destroy the series. I don't think that's going to be the case, but it's a bit weird, but hey ho, that's life, that's the way it goes. In terms of the Southern Premier Division, we're third, like I say. We have now fallen 9 points behind with Tinfield. We're drawing a lot of games. I say drawing a lot of games. Yeah, we are drawing a lot of games, to be fair, compared to everybody else. Leamington have got 10 draws, but we're really plugging along nicely, considering I expected us to really struggle. Finally, Frome has started to pick up some points. They're on 18 now, so they've sorted themselves out. This guy, Charlie MP, or Empire sounds better, doesn't it? He's a player that I really like to look of. Can't afford him, obviously we've got no transfer budget, but I'm keeping a very close eye on him. His contract runs out at the end of the season. Now, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here, but if we can maintain the trajectory we're on, if we can make the playoffs and somehow push ourselves through and go up, he could be worth a look at in the summer if he doesn't renew his contract at Slough. And if he does, then the transfer money is going to be way too much for us to even contemplate thinking about. In fact, I didn't realise I hadn't scouted him yet. He's going to be worthy of playing for us no matter what, but I don't know. Let's have a little quick look at leagues in focus, shall we? Let's sort this out because it's going to be all over the place. Who's this? Somebody commented on one of the earlier videos of this series. Thank you very much. Mr. Martin Foreman. I'll have a look at that when I've finished recording this, but thank you very much for your comment. So Chelsea, currently top of the Premier League. The Championship is currently being bossed by Newcastle. League One is MK Dons and Charlton, Sheffield United and Bolton. Not much of a surprise there. League 2, Carlisle, Leyton Orient, the beautiful Crew in 5th. The National League is York City and Dagenham and Tranmere, with Wrexham and Macclesfield just behind them. North is Halifax and Stockport. Bood will be happy with that. And then we come down into the south, which is Maidstone and Hayes, who are top 2 there. Dulwich and Hampton are the top boys in the Isthmain. And our league here, so I don't need to look at our league because we're in it, dumbass. Northern Premier is Salford and Blythe at the top of that, which is awesome. These, I don't think they updated these divisions, I don't think. So some of them may be a little bit out, so if they are, don't start moaning at me. It's not my fault, it's them who's done it, not me. But like I say, today we've got Weymouth, and it's going to be an interesting one to see how we do against the West Ham of non-league. I'm only calling them that because they're playing the similar colour kits. Don't start bitching going, it's actually nowhere near West Ham if you look at the map. Don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those. Quickly, let me just show you... No, not that one. Let me just show you a few ins and outs. Gamble's gone. Shaquille Clark never worked out. Both of them started bitching, so both of them out of the door. Like I say, Anthony Hickey came in. He's only had a couple of substitute appearances, made a fantastic start with the goal on his debut, but hasn't done much apart from that. Big Dealey, we've already had a look at him, he's doing his job. Alexander Hickman came in, played one game and was instantly offered 65 million contracts by other teams, but he rejected them all to stay with us. Danny South from Ossett Albion, he's come in on a free. He hasn't played for us yet, but he's an interesting choice for a backup. He can play either in defence or as a striker. 6'3", 13 stone, so he's quite a big lad. Tom Schofield from Witton's come in, 25 years of age. Again, he's not been involved yet, but we're bringing these boys in to bulk out the squad and give us opportunities to cover for injuries and stuff. We've been quite lucky, like I say. We've only had a few players out for a week or so, which has been quite lucky. Danny Lambert, he's another one from Trafford, former Radcliffe Borough player. Started out at Wigan in his career back in 2008 to 2011. And Dan Andrew, he's another one. He's come in. He's made one substitute appearance for us. He was released by York last season, so he's 20 years of age. Again, another squad player. So we've got quite a lot. Well, we'll carry on with that. We've got quite a lot of squad players going on at the moment, but this is going to be, like I say, an interesting one to find out how we fare against the team that we came up against on the opening day. We drew 1-1 with them on the opening day when we expected, well, I expected anyway, for us to really struggle. Let's put the goals on for that. I didn't realise when we played Bournemouth I forgot to put 3D highlights on for the goals, so I apologise for that. Not that it makes a massive difference, to be honest, it's just some people like to see them. And that was a lovely little move there, but a good save from the goalkeeper. Half an hour in though, and not a lot has happened in this game. It's been pretty quiet, all in all. Very even possession wise. They've had more, well, they did have more chances than us up until then. But here's Mitch Williams to Hicks. Evans. Sent back into the middle. Oh, get in, Hicks. Oh no, Stenson. I thought Hicks got to that. Here we go now. This is the bit where we have to wait about 3 years for the highlight to load up, the first highlight. Because I have a lot going on. I can use, because I use Bandicam to record, I can have the video on overlay, but when I do that, it really messes up the audio big time. It's a great ball across. Addy Bowler underneath the keeper. That was it there. I didn't realise Stenson was there. It's because Hits came running in behind him. I didn't realise. But, yeah, it really messes up the audio. I do use... I can use Handbrake to kind of level them up a bit, but still, for some reason, it just knocks the audio completely out of sync, and it drives me up the wall because I have to sit there moving audio clips and zooming in on my mouth to try and figure out when the exact right point is. and it's a bit annoying. So I'm having to record my audio with Audacity because, get in there, Stenson. 2 in a game. 2 in a game for Stenson. Well done to him. Look at the beautiful scenery. And that is frightening because that is actually what it looks like pretty much around the Hinckley ground. That is superb. They have pretty much nailed what it looks like. That is just fantastic. I like. I've lost my train of thought now. But yeah, I'm having to. I use Audacity to record because you can really work on improving the sound quality with Audacity. It's very easy to do. And then I've got my webcam recording, Bandicam recording. So I've got like a few things all going on at the same time. Plus Football Manager. It's a good job my computer's pretty beastly, to be honest. Otherwise it'd probably be a bit of a struggle. But the first highlight always takes forever to load up simply because of that. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. I was going to drop to control, but we've only got a couple of minutes left. So we'll leave it. Darryl Clare getting a ball in the face there. Palmer comes out there nearly. I was expecting a mix-up there and the ball to be headed into his own goal. Clare. Come on. How was that not offside for one? Good ball, well done, fantastic. So that is the difference between the opening there and now. I know we're at home, which obviously is an advantage. Well, it should be for a football club. To play at home doesn't always work out that way. Try being a fucking Crew fan last season, believe you me. But that's fantastic. That has moved us within 5 points of Cambridge. How did they get on today? They drew 0-0, so that's a bonus. And Merthyr Tydfil still top. They're still, doing ridiculously well, the bastards. They drew as well, so closed a bit of the gap on them, which is a bit of a bonus now. And Puel, Carlos, is it Carlos Puel? Carlos Puel. I can never remember how. When you say a name sometimes or a word and you know it's right. I think it's Puyol, isn't it? Carlos Puyol, something like that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look now at Southampton. Is it Carlos or is that the player? Was that the player? Oh man, now I'm on when your mind just tells you. No, Claude, that was it. Carlos, was it Carlos Puyol who used to play for Barcelona? Oh fuck it, who cares? What's it matter? I'm getting all confused and questioning myself about something that doesn't feckin' matter. So next up we've got Poole, which is going to be a difficult task. We drew 1-1 with them last time, as we did with Weymouth. But it's really good to see the difference between the Weymouth away game and the Weymouth home game, how far we've come. We defended much better in this game. We held the ball a lot better. We moved it around a lot better, and obviously we finished a lot better. Matt Stenson with both goals in that one, so I'm really pleased with that. The table, of course, like I say, we've closed the gap now on both Cambridge and Merthyr, so that's starting to really look a lot more promising. We've got a 5-point cushion between where we are and dropping out of the playoffs as well, which is a bonus. Because like I say, I didn't expect us to be where we are, so anything we can do and to get that advantage to keep us there is massive for the club. But anyway guys, I am just now going to tell you that Full Time FM has just uploaded a Life After Wenger episode 2 settling in, so there you go. Check that out if you haven't already. Go to his channel, have a look. It's very nice. But anyway, guys, I'm out of time for now, so please remember to hit the like button if this is something you're enjoying. Continue to support it as fantastic as you already have been. And if you're new, drop a sub. Why not? Screw it. Be crazy. Drop a sub on the channel. Live life to the full. And as always, guys, it's been a pleasure being in your face. Bye-bye.